Hello, and welcome to this special Christmas episode of Anime Audio Commentary. Today I'll be commenting on episode 2 of Toradora. If you'd like to watch along, then start watching now. So, things seemed like they would be kind of peaceful until we see, Taiga here hanging out with Ryuji and his mom. I guess the weird thing is that it seems to be almost business as usual, and only Ryuji is unnerved by the ease at which everyone is adapting to the situation. And despite how choleric she can be, Taiga's being strangely level-headed about everything. One would have thought she already would have started yelling at him or something. So once again, Taiga's being awfully presumptuous with Ryuji. She really is, I guess, taking to heart what he had said, that, he'd listen to her if she just left in the middle of the night, rather than sticking around. She's almost like a stray cat, just showing up and accepting free meals. So it seems like he might have a bit of leverage here in that she is interested in his friend. Oh, it looks like the plot might be thickening. So it seems like Taiga has a friend here, and Ryuji is acting a bit unusual. So naturally, it seemed to me that this character was a lot like Mako from Kill la Kill, and she seems like a really, I guess, airheaded type. Man, really didn't like the knowing look Taiga gave him. So it seems like, for as much leverage as he has over her, she has just as much over him. So it seems like they have a mutual interest in being each other's wingman, as it were. And it really seems that this whole agreement is sort of spilling over into school life. the two of them are setting up a devious plan here, but the coach mistakes it for enthusiasm. So the natural principle here that everyone should be aware of is that planning never survives contact with the enemy. So it seems like no matter how much planning they do, the people they really want to be partnered up with are naturally going to be paired up with ultra-competent people that they can't sort of injure with plausible deniability. Yeah, she really is a space cadet. Man, I really feel like things are just going to backfire horribly and somebody is going to get injured unintentionally. I feel like Taiga's gonna reveal that she has a really strong throwing arm. She's gonna, like, either bean somebody right in the face or right below the belt. Ooh. Man, I feel like that's a good way to instigate a fight, Ryuji. Of course, he also has a bit of plausible deniability there. You know, something tells me it wasn't exactly an accident that he just rocketed her in the face like that. So here's the tough part. Acting natural. Yeah, I'd imagine Taiga's so tense that, I don't know, just super rigid, you know, you could, like, lay her across something like a plank of wood and she wouldn't bend. Oh boy, a little chase sequence. You know, it's very important that she gives those homemade cookies to him, so she's naturally going to have to chase him throughout the whole school. Oh dear, looks like somebody oiled the stairs again. Man, what a coincidence. He caught her, and she also threw her cookies at the window. Isn't that just absolutely typical? I mean, I guess it's a good thing no one was injured. That's a real good way to die, because if you land on the back of your head, that's where your brainstem is. You know, if that gets injured, you basically lose, what? All of your involuntary body functions, like your heartbeat and breathing without thinking about it. Oh, Ryuji. You don't need to kick her while she's down, dude. She's already being introspective and depressive. You don't have to remind her that she's more inept than she had believed. I guess they really are made for each other in that they both have absolutely zero social skills. I guess Ryuji's not all bad. He's eating the cookies as a gesture of goodwill, if nothing else. You know, that was probably the right approach to take, to try and reassure her. Uh-oh. It looks like their subterfuge has been found out and has become the topic of gossip for everyone. Naturally, the way high school rumors go, everything gets blown all out of proportion, and everyone assumes, oh, they act like a married couple, they feed each other. Ooh, boy. Oh, dear. The social life's about to get very awkward indeed, I imagine. I guess it really doesn't help that Kushida probably has the wrong idea about everything. Even more so than everyone else. Yep. There we go. She's appealing to Ryuji to take good care of Taiga. Oh, if they weren't bad enough. Yikes. So both Minori and Kitamura have the wrong idea. Not only do they both have the wrong idea, they're both absolutely set in having the wrong idea. Well, Ryuji has the right idea at least. The only way to remedy the situation is to eat greasy diner food. I feel like Tag is almost going to make the situation more complicated by actually sharing how she feels. Alright, so this is interesting here. She knows that Ryuji lied to spare her feelings. She doesn't begrudge him that, but she knows at least, so I guess she's managed to retain some level of confidence on her own, even without his lie. And I feel like there's a lot more going on here than Taiga initially indicates. It seems like really the only person who does actually listen to her and understand her in any capacity is Ryuji. So I guess in a way they are kindred spirits. Although I do find it interesting that Taiga was roundly cursing everyone. People at large, her parents, even her friends. Because despite being her friends, they don't really know her as she truly is. So it's strange that Taiga's in, I guess, a really good mood after that, so much so that she's not treating him like garbage. She says that'll be the end of things and we'll just be classmates who happen to be neighbors, but, I don't think that necessarily needs to be the end of things. You can still be friends, after all. Oh. So it seems like the lack of Taiga at breakfast is, intruding on Ryuji's mother's mood. It's just not the same without her around to be a freeloader, I guess. Man, they're really just going out of the way to show how things aren't the same without her around, because, they actually still have leftover rice. Taiga didn't eat it all. Up. So the whole classroom's been trashed again, so in all likelihood, it was Taiga's doing. Oh. Oh, dearie me. Taiga almost went postal on the class because they kept spreading rumors. They should learn not to pick on supposedly dangerous people. Uh-oh. Oh, I thought Minori was going to make good on her threat, but it turns out, she actually accepts that everything was a misunderstanding. Oh. I've got a bad feeling about this, that we're getting audio for one interaction, but seeing the other one. Ooh, I feel like this sort of puts Ryuji in a bind here. I feel like he's going to have to go intervene to make things stable again so that... Well, I guess so Taiga doesn't cause more havoc. Man, maybe it's because I haven't watched Toradora in a couple years, but I don't remember it being so melodramatic so early on. Uh-oh. Ryuji, you foreshadowing again? Oh, Kitamura still has the wrong idea. I feel like there's not going to be a right answer here for Taiga, no matter what she says. Doesn't help that Kitamura's kind of literal-minded, based on how he talks. But the admission that Taiga doesn't hate Ryuji is, it's a little telling that, I don't know, Ryuji reacts to hearing that. I guess it doesn't help that Taiga's gushing about how good he's treated her. So man, there's already some complex drama going on here. Taiga's confessing while talking up Ryuji while he secretly overhears. But at the same time, I don't know, Ryuji seems happy. Happy for her, at least. Okay. Not sure where Kitamura is going with this, other than he's probably going to offer some form of rejection. I guess the ambiguous language doesn't really help anything either. Oh dear. Man, he just friend-zoned her. Ouch. I think that's perhaps the biggest slap in the face he could have possibly delivered. Ooh boy. This doesn't bode well for the classroom furniture, that's for sure. Ryuji's taking a practical approach to things. What's the strategy going forward, seeing as how this didn't work? Oh, I feel like this is only going to add fuel to the fire, Ryuji. Oh boy. Here we have the symbolic naming coming into effect here. He is no mere dog, he is in fact a dragon. Man, that's a lot of figurative language there that probably has unintended meanings that he's not cognizant of. Man, so just like that, the status quo has been preserved. Classic. Well, at least Ryuji's going into this with eyes wide open. He knows it's going to be a pain one way or the other. But the first seed has been planted. He called her by her given name. That's significant. Alright, well that's it for this episode. If you've enjoyed it, then by all means, tune in for the next one. Merry Christmas, Space Cowboy.